Hey everyone, welcome back. We have a follow-up video today, and I will put a link down below to the original video where I reviewed this exact knife from Attn2Detail. Doug is the owner over there, and this is the Tonto Flipper Black Frag model. And when I got that knife, it had some issues. And you can go back and look at the previous review video. I did the full review even though it had issues. And I've learned a lot about doing things like that. And we won't get into all of that. But yeah, next time I get a knife in that's not in great shape, I'm probably just not going to do videos. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to send it back to whoever it's like. Yeah, I've learned some things. But I did say in that video that I would reach out to Doug. We had, I think, already started some dialogue with the person who originally bought this knife from Doug. And it got sent back into Doug to have work done to get it back into spec and whatnot. And in that video, I talked about that and said that I would do a follow-up video when it came back to me. So it came back the other day. And I've been kind of, handling it and getting, it kind of broken in again. That's what happens, right? So you break in a knife, it works great, or it doesn't work great, as this one did not. When you send it in, even if it works fine and you send it in for something, when you get a knife back from anybody, it's like a brand new knife again. So you have to, flip it. It may have a little lock stick when it comes back. It might be a little tight and not drop shut, or, whatever. It's going to be like a brand new knife. And if you had it dialed in just the way you like it, because maybe you tweaked the pivot, you put your own special lube inside, you did, whatever it was that you liked, that's probably gone when you send a knife to the maker to do warranty/repair work on. Okay? So I've been breaking it in, and Doug absolutely fixed the problems. Now, Doug is very clear, and there was some confusion between everybody involved in this thing. The warranty from A2D, Attn2Detail, covers the original purchaser only. Okay? So once you sell his knife, he no longer covers the warranty. Okay. So technically this wasn't covered, but Doug and I talked on the phone, and he covered it. He said, I'll take care of it, send it in, and I think he might have already had it by the time I talked to him on the phone directly. Because there was some issues with it, and he had admitted and agreed that there was issues. He also said that's not how it left his shop, but there were some things that were wrong. I think one of the bearing pockets was deeper or shallower than it should have been. I think it was shallower. It was off by some amount. So he was able to fix that. The blade had some issues in around the pivot. The problem with it was blade play, and it would never, there was always blade play. When it was open, when it was closed, it would never center. It was kind of had some problems. So what he ended up having to do is he had to change the blade, as well as whatever work he did on the pivot pockets inside of the scales. So it now has, and I don't remember what blade steel it had originally, but it now has CPM 3V. Okay, that's great. It's an upgrade to whatever it was. Might have been 20 CV. I don't remember. I didn't watch my video again. I rarely watch my videos, honestly, because I just don't. That's a different story. So we upgraded the blade steel. However, the original knife was a black stone washed, and really fit the Black Frag name better. And we've got a satin blade. It's brand new, sharp, 3V, awesome. But it's different than what it was to begin with, and I don't think that it really fits the look and the genre of the knife. And he explained to me that he didn't have any other blades but the 3V one, and that his black wash he's done on 3Vs before, and it looks like fill in the blank, not very good. So he chose to do it this way. Okay, I would have done something different personally, and I would have communicated a little bit better with the customer, because I didn't know that we were switching. I mean, I knew we were switching the blade because he told me he had to switch the blade, but I did not know it was going to be completely different finish until it showed up at my door and I opened it. So I would have preferred to have known that ahead of time. But again, he was really under no obligation to fix the knife. So I don't know that I can fault him for that. It took a few weeks, which is fine. I didn't expect it to happen in a day. I left and went on vacation for 10 days anyway. I reached out to him when I got back after a few days and said, hey, I wanted to get a status. And he said, I shipped it today. And he sent me tracking, so I knew I wasn't BSing, right? It wasn't like, oh, I was just going to call you. You were on my list. No, it wasn't like that. He legit had sent it because I got it the day after I messaged him, right? I mean, so, and he sent me tracking information and all of that stuff right then. So, yeah, he did what he said he was going to do. I wish the blade was black still, just because that fits the knife. But I understand. The communication was not perfect, but there was communication. So, all in all, I think the point of this video and the point of my previous video was to say, here's how you handle a situation with a maker when you get something that's not perfect, or you're just unhappy with for whatever reason. Reach out to them. Say, hey, I've got this issue. Be polite, be professional, be respectful. I've got this issue. Is this normal? I just bought it used. I just, got it brand new. Like, whatever the situation is, and talk to them about, hey, what can you do? Is there options? Hey, it's brand new. It's out of the box and it's got a problem. Can you fix it under warranty? That's the way to handle it, is to reach out to the maker, talk to them about the situation, and not go posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Don't go out and do the I am going to roast and baste the maker on social media before I've even talked to them about it. That's not the way to be polite and professional. In my humble opinion, okay? I mean, you guys can do what you want. I'm just talking how I've seen other people do it, and they have a problem with a maker, whether it's a justifiable problem or not. And I've seen many people do this. They get on YouTube, they make a video, and they say, this maker sucks. His knife came to me this way, this, and this. And that may not be the whole story. And I think we need to, as human beings, reach out to somebody that has, quote, wronged us and give them the opportunity to fix it. before you go on social media and say this person sucks. Now, if you reach out to a maker and he says, tough, it's as is, I sold it, and you're out of luck, that's a different story. But if he says, sure, send it to me, I'll take care of it, how can you complain? This is not the first knife I have been involved with that's had to go back to a maker. I had several Medfords over the course of my vast Medford collection that were flawed out of the box. One lock failed so bad I almost cut my finger off. So I reached out to them. They said ship it in. I shipped it in. They fixed it. They called me and said, hey, it's $20 to send it back to you. Give me your credit card. I said, no. And then they're like, what? I said, dude, it was brand new. It was out of the box for a half an hour. The lock failed. Almost cut my finger off. Sure, I'll send you the $20 and I'll never buy another knife again. And then they said, nope, never mind. We'll ship it right back to you. No problem. And I didn't have to pay for the return shipping. And then I bought 10 or 20 more Medfords over the course of my collecting. So they took care of it. I had other ones that had lock fail, blade play, whatever. I probably shipped in 5 or 6 knives to them, and they just fixed them and sent them back. That's what happens. And those were used knives. A couple were brand new, but it's how you deal with them is how they're going to deal with you, I think, a lot of times. Like when you get pulled over. If you come off with an attitude to the officer that pulls you over, it's not going to be a good day for you. If you're respectful and polite, you may just get a warning. Not if you're me. You're still getting a ticket because I don't know. I get a ticket no matter what. Maybe once I got a warning, but generally, if I get pulled over, I'm getting a ticket, whether I was doing anything wrong or not. But I still am polite and respectful to the officer, 100%. And that's how I like to be in life, and that's how I want to treat the knife makers that I deal with. You guys can do what you want. I'm just throwing out how I resolve issues with makers, and I think it works better than throwing them up on social media and saying, this guy sucks for this, that, and the other thing. So you guys go take a look at the other video. It was kind of a mess. It's fixed. It's better. And I think Doug did the right thing by fixing a knife that he had absolutely zero responsibility to fix. So I appreciate that from him. And there you have it. Let me know what you think. How would you have handled a situation like that? Because I'm curious. I'm not saying mine's the best way. Mine's just a way. There's a ton of ways to deal with makers. So very curious to hear your thoughts down below. Thanks, guys, for watching. I know this rambled quite a bit, and I kind of went off a little bit, but I think it's important to talk about how to deal with makers. And I don't know. I thought it was important, so I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.